Zhuo Yifan ignored it all and leaned over him, reaching with his venomous claw and hoisting Zuan Xiaoyu by the neck. In that case, there's nothing more to talk about. Wait, what are you doing? Let him go, sect leader Zuan cried out. He wanted to move, but he only coughed more blood. Zhuo Yifan snickered as he shouted. Say, do you want to live or die? Sect leader Zuan's eyes shook, but the words were stuck in his throat, because speaking meant surrendering. As they say, it is better to die on your feet than live on your knees. Many of the secular cultivators could do it, so why couldn't the great sect leader of Mystical Heaven sect? But looking at his son, turning red from the grip on his neck, sect leader Zuan sighed and shook his head. When even an ant clings to life, what more's there to say about man's desire to live? What do you want, Zhuo Yifan? Sect leader Zuan. That's an attitude more befitting of moving with the times, ha ha ha. Grinning, Zhuo Yifan relaxed his hand and Zuan Xiaoyu slumped to the ground, gasping for breath. He looked at Zhuo Yifan in fear, having lost his cocky attitude. Ignoring the useless son, Zhuo Yifan gave Venerable Qi a look and he threw an empty jade slip over to sect leader Zuan. Taking it, sect leader Zuan asked. What's this? Ha ha ha, nothing much, just hoping sect leader Zuan can help me write something down. Zhuo Yifan beamed. Sect leader Zuan's hand tightened at his words and his brow furrowed. Zhuo Yifan, you can't possibly be thinking of twisting facts and making my Mystical Heaven sect be the culprit here. Sect leader Zuan knew the minute he put any word on the jade slip, his soul signature would be imprinted on it. Then no matter how much he begged Double Dragon Manor for justice, no one would believe him. They would have no choice but to live with this stain. His hands shook and his teeth clenched together, all while the demon scheming sect team was looking at him with mockery. Yeah, that's right. We bet you and now we're robbing you of any means of fighting back. What are you gonna do about it? It's not our fault you turned out to be so weak, ha ha ha. Looking at the piles of rubble around him that were once his sect, at the dead experts and few survivors, they had no other fate than to be under someone's thumb. Sect leader Zuan sighed, his hand twitched as it held the jade slip. Sect leader Zuan, if you don't do this, we'll leave no survivors. Zhuo Yifan snickered. We might even turn this place into a wasteland. You dare? Why the hell not? Zhuo Yifan shouted back. The central area is getting ready for war with the other lands. Mystical Heaven sect's demise can be written off with hundreds of excuses. Moreover, the girls were your disciples and with a few words to Double Dragon Manor, your case will be put aside. Who would want to test the relations because of a lower 3 sect only to give room for the enemy to strike? Shaking all over, sect leader Zuan's face fell. At the end of the day, rules are gimmicks used in times of peace. When the enemy comes knocking, even Double Dragon Manor would focus on the good of Western lands. Who'd have the time to waste on rules? Zhuo Yifan grinned. Sect leader Zuan has been around for so long and should know this better than anyone. Sect leader Zuan's clenched fist finally eased and sighed. If the central area is indeed attacking, haha, the Mystical Heaven sect's matter will be forgotten. I talk, you right. Ignoring him in his last probe, Zhuo Yifan spoke in a cold tone, as if he already knew the central area would come, when he was just being full of it. But because he was acting like this, sect leader Zuan bought it. Firstly, the matter with King Cheng. You came to her for Double Dragon Gathering. Now that's over, the deal is also over. But you still forced her to stay. As her husband, I came to take her but you started pushing me around which led to war. Zhuo Yifan narrated while sect leader Zuan wrote down like a machine. Next, Mystical Heaven sect's elders picked on me with their superior numbers, and then demon scheming sect's elders came to the rescue, leading to both sides entering a bitter fight. Sect leader Zuan's eyes shook, but he stayed silent. Picked on you? You were the one who got the whole sect to come in hiding, and you dare say picked on you? You did it knowing fully where it led. This Zhuo Yifan is so sinister, planning it all from the start, and I fell right for it. Sect leader Zuan gnashed his teeth in hatred, writing down as Zhuo Yifan said it. Finally, after a hard battle, the demon scheming sect came out victorious, being lenient on you seeing how both were sects from Western lands. But the casualties were too great and not what we hoped for. Your clan also knew this matter could have been done without bloodshed and sincerely apologized, promising to leave this matter as that. To prove it, you leave this jade slip. Finishing, Zhuo Yifan nodded. That's about it. Did you get it all, sect leader Zhuan? For God's sake. This is clearly kicking us while we're down. I'm so mad yet I can't even fight back. Sect leader Zhuan's hands shook, his breath ragged as he finished writing. Looking at the green jade slip, he wanted to crush it so badly. He knew that the instant he handed it over, his loss today would be left with his sect suffering in silence. Double Dragon Manor would see that he was in the wrong and would not take his side. They wouldn't even look into it, now with how ruined his sect was. Are these reasons enough? Seeing sect leader Zhuan shaking as he offered the jade slip, Zhuo Yifan did not take it but looked to the others. You guys have been around Western lands for longer and understand the rules better. What am I missing here? Sect leader Zhuan spurted blood on the spot. For crying out loud. Isn't this disgrace enough? You want more? Are you trying to peel us one strip at a time? Venerable Qi smiled and shook his head. Steward Zhuo, these are enough. Steward Zhuo saving his wife after being trapped is reasonable. Our later help to Steward Zhuo is only natural. It's all reasonable. Even if you argue it with Double Dragon Manor, it still won't matter. Ha ha ha. Hold it. Kui Lang shouted, bowing to Venerable Qi and saying, Steward Zhuo, I find these reasons adequate, but not enough to stir sympathy. They're too plain. Shouldn't we flourish it a bit? Zhuo Yifan clapped and praised. Good man, you sure have improved after sticking with me for so long. We might be demonic cultivators, but this fight was fought for justice. Sect leader Zhuan, make sure you write down your endless greed, trying to extort me out of my 2,000 sacred stones, and also wanting to suck women's yin to cure your son. It seems that in this battle, we took heaven's place in purging the demons, and setting an example for everyone. What? Sect leader Zhuan's face twitched and cried out. You, demonic cultivators dare use heaven as your excuse? Zhuo Yifan's face expression steeled. He stepped on Zhuan Xiaoyu's leg. I told you to write, not yap. Life or death, choose. Sect leader Zhuan's fist shook and sighed, writing down as he said it. This was no longer just a scuffle between sects, but a question of mystical heaven sect's morals. A righteous sect actually wanted to use women's yin to cure someone, and even tried stealing another sect disciple's sacred stones. Although sect leader Zhuan did not want to admit it, Zhuo Yifan truly did purge demons in this case. Once he handed this to the demon scheming sect, it was the same as handing blackmail evidence for them to threaten him with. They would not only be left with no means of rebuking them, but even obeying them. Or when the jade slip got out, the mystical heaven sect would never rise again.